Did you get the chills?
Hey guys,
Hey,
how are you?
good. How are you?
Good. My video isn't working. Is yours working?
It's not really right now. Maybe in a second it'll pop up again.
Hey guys.
Hey,
Sorry, I
Okay.
had to change a diaper.
oh, you're good.
Yep.
Okay.
How did the tests go for everybody?
I don't like tests.
Yeah.
It was good. Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah, I wish that we could see it, like what we missed and stuff.
Yeah.
You guys can't either, right?
Mm-mm.
No.
It's driving me crazy.
Well, that's what I said is stinky about like normally when you get a test, you get to see where you went wrong and what you got right. And so
Yeah.
some of the questions I was debating between, like I may have gotten it right or wrong, and I would love to know even the ones I got right because then I can be a little bit more confident in that, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll show up like today or tomorrow probably.
Well,
Yeah.
actually, in my last online math class, the one I took before, they don't allow you to ever see it. If you want to see the ones you missed, you have to email the professor and see if they'll tell you the ones that you missed.
That's annoying.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, because otherwise they're afraid of like redistribution or something like that.
Yeah, so
Oh, yeah.
probably like use them again or something.
So you guys didn't get 100? Britton, did you get 100?
Yeah.
I assumed you did.
No, I didn't expect I was going to. I thought I missed a couple, but I guess.
That's awesome. I wish that I could ask you, like, because the ones that I missed, but
Yeah, but where it won't let us see them.
yeah, I don't know which ones I missed.
Because it like brings up a summary at the end, right? But it doesn't say like which one specifically, I guess.
Yours has a summary at the end?
Well, let's see. Let me pull it up again and just see what it says.
Here you go.
So I didn't do horror. Did you feel like you did really bad on it or okay, Tori?
Well, I got 95, so I did fine. But I
Yeah.
just don't know what I missed. I have no idea. And there were definitely some that I was like, I have no idea if this is right or not. But I don't
That
know.
was me. I know. I'm like, I can't complain, but it's still, I just, like, I didn't get 100, and so I want to know what happened.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, but I'm glad I was stressing over it because, I don't know, I didn't get a lot of time to do any studying on Tuesday, and then yesterday my husband was gone, or my husband's out of town this whole weekend, and so I was like, when am I going to take this test? Like,
Oh yeah.
is it really going to take me 4 hours, and how am I going to do 4 hours with Afton? Like, she can be so distracting, so
Yeah.
bad as I was expecting it to be.
Yeah. Thank goodness it didn't take 4 hours.
Oh, I know.
That would have been crazy.
I mean, it didn't take that really that long.
No, I think it took me like an hour and 20 minutes or something.
Yeah. It
And I
took,
went through it like 3 times.
mhm.
You're a lot more careful than I was. I should be better at going back and like checking my math because I know that I make mistakes all the time, but I just get impatient and I don't.
Yeah. If I hadn't have had the time, I wouldn't have done it for sure, but I don't know.
Good. So I thought that there was a long section for lesson 9.
Oh, it was so
Yeah.
long.
Like,
I
usually
was,
I can just do it all in the morning and like before, like when I first wake up between then and then our meeting, I can get everything done, like homework and prep and everything.
uh-huh.
But I like barely finished the reading like an hour ago, so I only got through the prep assignment and anyway, and I still, yeah, I don't know. It was really
Yeah.
long. Really, really long.
Yeah, I haven't even done the homework yet.
I haven't either. I
It
haven't
was
even-
too long. Like the reading took forever.
Yeah,
It
it
did.
really did.
When I
And
feel like it's almost what we already knew, but it just explains it in a super long way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm gonna see if Jenny has like emailed or something.
I think she was on for a second. Like I saw her pop up, and then I don't know if her connection was bad or what, but I think she left.
Maybe I'll try like inviting her again and see if that.
Yeah, maybe so. 'Cause she's usually on time, like
Yeah.
early.
So I think that my brain is burnt out because doing the test and then doing this next session. Oh, there's Jenny.
Hi guys,
Hi.
that's my husband. He just helped me.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
We had a little technical difficulties this morning,
Oh, you're good.
and
No worries.
Sorry.
no, that's fine. Sorry to keep you waiting.
No, you're fine.
Hi, Afton.
Need to smile.
Hey. So no one looks like they've been crying or anything from the test.
No,
You all did really well, didn't you?
Yeah.
did up pretty good. Yeah.
Good.
How was it for you?
It is a beautiful day today.
Sorry.
I didn't fail.
That's
Good.
good.
Yeah.
That's
So-
good.
Do you feel like you did better than the last time you took the class?
Oh yeah, last time I failed.
Oh, well, there you go. That's awesome.
Yeah. That's a lot
last
better.
time I failed. Yeah. So, but no, I got a C minus.
Hey,
Oh.
that's passing.
Well, yep. You made
I'll
it.
take it. I'll take
Yeah,
it.
for sure.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said it's your last class for your degree, pretty much.
Yeah, last math. Yeah, I have one more semester, but it's just my internship, and that's how
Oh,
the
okay.
class. Yeah, so
Nice.
gotta do this.
And your
Anyways,
what's your major again?
marriage and family.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I have a question for you, and sorry to go off topic of math stuff, but for the internship, do you have to have all classes done, or is it just like the family core classes?
You have to have your practicum done. The practicum.
Yeah, the 445 or whatever.
Yep. I'm taking that right now, where I have to like teach a workshop in the community,
Uh-huh.
and then so you have to have that done, and then you can do your internship. But I have 2 other classes I'm taking with my internship. So
Okay, cool. Good to know.
Oh.
'Cause I really want to try and do the internship before I have another baby, but I don't think that's going to be possible if I had to like do all of the classes
no.
before. So that's good to know.
Yeah. Your marriage and family as well.
Yeah.
Okay. How about you, Natalie?
I'm the same.
And
Brittany,
Brittany.
I don't know, really.
Good. That's fine.
Yeah.
Decided.
Yep.
So, today's my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
I'm like, man, I have to do school on my birthday.
Oh,
What a bummer.
we could sing to you, but we love you too much.
Yeah.
Wow. Are you going to do anything fun?
Yeah, I mean, I just went out this morning with a friend and had cake for breakfast, so that's awesome.
Nice.
Oh, say no more. Your day is
Good way
done.
to start the day.
I know. I don't know if I've really ever had cake for breakfast, so I thought that was
Really?
first.
Huh.
Yeah, I love cake, but I don't usually have sugar like right in the morning because
Yeah.
it makes me feel yucky. So if my brain is super foggy, it's because all I've had is cake.
My mom, we always have leftover birthday cake like the day after a birthday for breakfast.
My husband's family did that
On the
too.
side, but
That's funny. Yeah, I didn't carry on that tradition. I was the mean one that was like, no, we're not doing that. But tonight we're going out, with all my kids and my husband, and so it'll be fun.
Oh, good.
Oh, that is fun.
Happy birthday. We get to share it with you.
Yeah, you get to do math on your birthday.
I know, my
Us.
favorite. So lucky. I'm kidding.
Nice.
So we start it off.
Sure.
so my math was just a little off. Like I didn't get for the part 2 for the preparation assignment. Pretty much after the Z-score question. Let's see.
Which number?
So, part 4 or whatever of number 1. Let me see. Or I'm sorry, number 2. So, the thing about the realtor or real estate agent.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
So to get the, sorry, I need to scroll down. I put all my graphs in, so it's more scrolling. Okay, so the test statistic, you get the Z-score for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah.
do you use the standard deviation that was given in the problem, the 5, or do you give the one that you get from?
Oh, I was going to add the same question because my number was there. Did you get negative 0.207?
Yes.
I did too, and that's not the right answer.
I think
Oh.
they got it wrong.
What
Because
did it have in
no
it?
matter what I did, like I would change the and use like the different standard deviation that we
Tried
got
that too.
off, and that was like way off.
Yep, I did the same thing.
I think they did it wrong.
Wait, what was the answer they had? Do you know?
It was
Like,
negative 0.209, so
Yeah.
it was just barely off. But I'm pretty confident that they're wrong in preparation.
Yeah, that seems weird.
I don't know.
'Cause it's 46.73 minus 47 over 5 divided by the square root of 15.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's exactly what I had too.
yeah. So I'm pretty sure they did it wrong.
You should bring it to their attention.
Yeah, I'll email her after, or maybe I'll just post it in the group collaboration when I post the video link. I'll ask her right there.
Okay.
Like, we all got this, but the answer was wrong. Anyway,
Yeah.
so then for your p-value,
Okay, so my brain went kaput after that one, so I didn't finish the rest of them because I figured that I needed some help. So sorry.
yeah. Oh no, you're totally fine. And I would have done the same thing, but I was like, I'm just gonna see like how off I am.
Wait,
Yeah.
did you say it was negative 0.209?
Yeah.
Okay, I just entered it again, and that's what I ended up getting.
Really?
Oh
Yeah.
wow. How?
I don't know.
So you did
I don't know how I got.
46.73.
Yeah,
Did you do 7.733 or just 73?
0.73.
Maybe that's what it is, because they always say to use 3
3.
decimals.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I did,
Me
but
too.
if you do, then
Did you guys try
yeah.
that?
I'm gonna try it right now.
Because that makes a difference on the top because then it, instead of negative 0.267, it's negative 0.27, and I bet you that's going to be the difference.
Yeah, that's gotta be just a
doesn't-
minimal difference.
Does it say anything about using 2 decimals? Because that's frustrating to me. Because they
It never says.
always use 3 unless specified.
Well, I was confused on the test even because a lot of them ended up being zeros, and I was like, do they really want like all the zeros
I
and
know.
not?
I just put them in. Did you guys put them in?
Yeah,
You wanted it, yeah, because that disclaimer at the beginning.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, if I bet I bet that's what the difference is that you just used the 2.
Probably.
I'm gonna
I just redid it, and it gave me the right answer.
okay.
Oh.
Well, I am going to talk to her because that really annoys me.
No, I agree because I did
Yeah.
specifically did the 733 because it says all over the place the 3 decimal points.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it doesn't specify. And on a test or something, that could cause you to get something wrong just because.
Right.
Yeah, totally. Ugh, that's
Yeah.
so annoying to me. Okay, yeah, I'll talk to her about that.
Okay.
Okay, so
So how do we do the next one? Because I just compute the p-value. I know I mean, how did you guys set it up?
so Brayton, let me answer this and then you tell me if I did it wrong.
Okay.
So for the p-value, you put in the z-score, and just based on whatever the alternative hypothesis is, right? That's what makes you decide like where to highlight stuff.
Yes.
So
Oh,
for this,
So you put in the z-score on the applet, right?
yeah. And then since for this one he just wants to know if the age is like different, like above or below the national average, then you do the right and the left and then leave the middle one empty.
Yep.
Which feels so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it all depends on the alternate hypothesis. Did you have a question on that? One of
Yeah,
you?
so okay, so I just did it. I didn't get to hear everything she said because I went and I wanted to just do the math. So I put in the z-score, and it gave me so it gave me that information. So then it says shade the appropriate under the curve, and you're saying because How did you know that it's the left and the right?
Because he's wanting to
Oh, he's just saying it's something different. He didn't say it was less than or greater than. He just said it's not the null hypothesis. So you have to do it could be less or more. So you shade both sides, right?
Yep.
Okay, that makes sense.
If he had said less, then we would have just done the left. If he said
Yeah.
more.
Okay. Yes. That. And so then, did you guys get 0.834 as the
I
p-value?
would have if I haven't changed this stuff. since-
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I would have too.
Okay, but that's what you got. Is Britton? That's what you got.
That's what I would get, yeah, with the change in the
Oh, you haven't changed it
negative
from.
209.
Oh, this one. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so p-value is simple. It's just you put in the z-score and then you're doing the applet, and you just have the only tricky thing is knowing which things to shade.
Great. So now if it says not null, do the sides.
Yes.
So p-value is basically it's just probability, right? That you're
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
getting that. I reminded myself last night when I was reading it. I'm like, oh, just remember it's probability value, and then I'll remember. And then of course I get to this question and I forgot.
Yeah, so like it's the p-value, is it always talking about a sample mean? Because it's like if you're comparing to
I think so
probably.
Was there something?
because it's always talking about the alternative hypothesis usually.
yeah, because it's like isn't it the like the probability that you'll get that high or that low of a number, like that far from the mean or something?
Yeah, and it's saying it's the probability that you'll observe the sample test statistic.
Okay.
So I'm assuming it's with the sample.
Yeah. I just need to learn better like when to reject it and when to not. I just need to memorize the
Yeah.
This is the thing.
So then, when you're comparing the p-value to the level of significance, then it's clearly way more, like the level of significance was 0.05.
So you reject it when it's way bigger, right?
It was way bigger. So,
yeah, so we fail to reject it.
Fail to reject it. So you accept it.
Yeah.
but you don't accept it.
Yeah, you don't accept it.
You can never accept it. You'll just have to say
Oh my goodness, trauma.
it. 0.4 is greater than 0.05. So state your conclusions in terms of the alternative hypothesis. So
So
you fail to, like, you don't accept the alternative hypothesis then because
Yeah. we reject that.
Yeah.
So then it says take action. What action, if any, do you suggest the realtor to do? Well, you fail to reject the null, so you don't take any action because the null was true.
Yeah, so he should continue to target people that are about 47 to buy rental properties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be his action.
I didn't get through all of them, but we're driving home today back to Arizona, so I'm going to study this like no other.
Do you want to go through all of them?
Oh, no, that's okay.
We can if you want to.
Totally can if you'd like to. That's kind of the point, I think, of the part 2 is that we go through
Yeah.
all of them.
Let's see. So we just need number 2. I wouldn't even know where to go. Let's see. How far did we get down? Let's see. A, B.
We kind of jumped around a little bit, so
Okay, do we have a practice thing we have to do?
Yeah, Jenny, while you're looking to see which one you want to go over, I did have a question on part 2, number 1, and I know that, because I was able to see it, I know that when you increase the probability, you increase the level of significance, but can someone just let me hear it instead of reading it so I can know why?
Okay, wait. Sorry, can you say that again?
So it's number 1, part D.
Oh, D.
Yeah. So say if we wanted to decrease the probability of making a type 2 error, would we need to increase or decrease the level of significance? So I know that you're supposed to increase it, and it seems like that's just going to always be a rule. Whenever you decrease the probability, you increase the level of significance. I'm just wondering if someone can just verbally let me hear that, why we do that.
okay.
I haven't figured it out yet.
Because they say to.
I know. I'm trying to logically remember in my head though.
No, really.
Let me read it really quick and see if I can
All right, Britton, we're all counting.
explain it. Well, I don't know if I can explain it logically or not, but
That's fine. It may just be one of those things I have to memorize, and that's okay. I just thought if maybe you guys understood it, you could.
I mean, when it's that low, I think it means that it's extremely likely that you're going to reject the null hypothesis, even if there's a chance that it is correct. And so when the probability gets that low, then it's more likely that you're going to be well, let's see. Let me read the question. Okay, so if the probability is super low, it's more likely that you're going to make a type 2, and if the probability is a little bit higher, it's more likely that you're going to make a type 1
So
error.
the type 2 error is you accept. It's like
Yeah, you accept it even if it's wrong.
Yeah, and so if you don't want to accept it even if it's wrong, you want to decrease the probability of doing that, then you need to increase the level of significance. Like, how does that make a difference, though, increasing the level of significance?
Okay. Because the point, for example, in part C, it's a level of 0.01.
Yeah.
And so that's pretty low. Like the normal is, I think, is it 0.05?
Right.
Okay, so when you decrease the probability, like, let me explain it. Well, let's see. Oh, let's see. Okay, I think I might be able to explain it. So, when we do a type 2 error, like you said, we fail to reject the null hypothesis, even though it's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And if the p-value is less than the test statistic, then we reject the null. And so, okay, I'm sorry, just forget. I'm gonna.
No, you're great.
I'll try to figure it out for next time. Like write it out so I can explain.
No worries.
Like it makes sense in my head, but yeah. If someone else wants to try, they can.
No, you're great. I can just try and remember that. I just haven't fully processed it, so I was wondering if someone could explain it, but it's not a big deal. So
Yeah, after I go through stuff, I might get it more.
Yeah, with our exam and stuff, not a lot went in because so much was going out of my head.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to learn a whole new lesson and try and study and do the exam.
Yep.
Okay. So what do you need us to do, Jenny?
I'm okay. I feel like I just need to read it over and over and read the book, or the chapter, and I'll come with questions next time if I need that.
Okay.
And we'll just see how the do we have like a quiz or something today?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think so.
that will be very telling for me.
Okay, so should we go and open the quiz and see?
Yeah, let's do it.
See what that looks like. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Alrighty. Does everyone have it open?
Yep.
21 problems? Are you serious? Okay.
Barf. Okay. So,
Okay.
a hypothesis test consists of two hypotheses, the null hypothesis and the alternative hypothesis. Which one represents the status quo? The null.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one. Which hypothesis involves equality?
No.
No.
No. The p-value. The p-value is the probability of obtaining a sample statistic at least as extreme as the one that was actually observed. Use this information to answer question 5. When computing this probability, which hypotheses do you assume to be true? The null, right?
Yep.
You always assume that that's true.
They just really want us to know the no.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Suppose the null hypothesis is the population. No, the mean equals 10. Use this information to answer questions 6 through 8. Which of the following represents the alternative hypothesis for a two-tailed test?
I would say it's the U does not equal 10.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's the top one.
No, that's the third one.
One with the equals and then the equal sign, like,
crossed.
yeah.
Okay.
Because you're saying, so Jenny, and the reason that is because if you're saying it doesn't equal 10,
Yeah.
you don't have a guess of what it is. So you're saying, I don't think it's that. So it could be less, it could be more, and that's why it would have two tails.
Yeah. Okay, and so that represents two tails.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so then for 7, which of the following represents the alternative hypothesis for left-tailed? Now, would it be less than, or is it opposite, like the
Yeah.
the other thing?
Skewed.
It's the first one.
I would assume it's the first one because you're saying it's less than, so it would be to the left. But yeah, it
Yeah.
is. I remember as opposite for the skewed also. Sorry.
Yeah. I just checked it in my notes. That's what I have is the first one for the
Okay.
left.
Okay.
So then the next one would be,
The second one. I mean the first. Yeah, the second one.
Yes.
No. Wait. U is greater than.
Greater than.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I highlighted that in the book. It's like under step 1. I get them mixed up.
okay.
Oh yeah, I have it right in front of me. Right tail
I
is
mean,
U.
and I think maybe an easy way to remember it is like when it's not equal to 10, the equal sign is cut in half, so you have two sides. Then when it's to the left, it's like an arrow pointing to the left,
Yeah.
and then
Oh,
when it's
That's
back,
a
an arrow
good
pointing to
way
the
to
right.
put it.
Brilliant, Britton. Thank
Yes.
you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
you. Okay. The outcome of a hypothesis test is determined by comparing the p-value to the level of significance, or alpha. Use this information for questions 9 through 10. Which relationship would result in failing to reject the null hypothesis?
Okay. That was
If-
in the note.
The p-value would be if the
Greater
p-value is
than.
greater than alpha, then you would fail to reject it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So the
So the first one.
first one, yeah, because it's pointing to the right.
But also because if that alpha is 0.05 and the p-value is greater than that, then you know that there's not a significant difference to be able to reject the null.
Yeah.
Well said.
Thinker, baby. Okay. Which relationship would result in rejecting the null? It would just be the opposite, right? So if the p-value is way smaller than alpha.
Yeah.
The second one.
Okay. An insurance company is reviewing its current policy rates. When originally setting the rates, they believed that the average claim amount was $1,500. They are concerned that the true mean is actually higher than this. Use this information for questions 11 through 12. Which of the following would be the appropriate alternative hypothesis? The average claim is equal, not equal, greater than, or less than. So theirs is the average claim amount is greater than 1,500. That's what they're worried about, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Concerned that the true mean is higher than this, yeah, greater than.
Okay. And then which of the following would be the appropriate null hypothesis? The average claim amount is equal to 1,500.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So for 11, you did the third one, and for 12, you did the first one, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I had.
Okay. Does someone want to read the next few?
I can read it. The insurance company randomly selects n equals 40 claims and calculates a sample mean of x r equals 1,650. Use this information for questions 13 through 15. The insurance company assumes the distribution of the sample mean is normal. Is this a good assumption?
Yes.
Yes, because the sample size is equal anyway, so
Yeah.
even if
And considered large, right?
It's the
What?
central limit theory, isn't it?
Yeah, more law justifies that. Yeah, it's a central limit. And then,
Then I had a question.
oh, go ahead.
on that.
What was your question?
I was just gonna make sure everyone understood. I was just gonna make sure everyone understood why.
Oh.
If anyone had a
Yes.
question.
Yeah, I didn't even read on to 14.
Okay. Cool. No,
And then, yeah, now I get it.
Okay. So then, are we ready to go to 15?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Cool.
Which of the following is the test statistic as
Yeah,
defined in this lesson? Z.
Yeah, Z score, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Not X bar, not. And yep.
Standard. Is that standard deviation, the S? No, that's a sample variance, I think. Okay. Or maybe it doesn't.
Yes. Okay. Someone else want to do this one?
Yeah, I'll do it. The historical mean of sales receipts at a grocery store is $150 with standard deviation of $40. The store manager suspects that the average has decreased. She sets up a hypothesis test with the following hypotheses. So there it is. And she's going to use a level of significance of
Alpha.
alpha 1.05. She then takes a simple random sample of 36 sale receipts from her store and computes X bar, which is $144. Use this information. So what's the Z-score associated with this test? Get scratch paper. Is it obvious, or are you guys doing?
Oh, yeah, we're doing it.
Okay, good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. I just spoke for everyone. I don't know if they're doing
Yeah.
it or if
I'm
they
doing
already have it.
it. Yep.
I'm doing it. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay. Mm. I never know what to do in these situations. I guess, would you round it to 0.900?
Yeah, it said round to 3. Doesn't
Yeah,
that totally
round
change?
in quotation marks. So it's negative 0.900.
Hold on, I'm doing it again. It's hard doing this without like an actual calculator, like scientific, because I have to
Yeah.
do everything separate. And whenever I think that I do it right,
I'm impressed you can do that. I can't do that.
It
Britton,
won't let me put in a negative.
oh, it let me put in a negative.
Oh, really? Let me try it one more time. Oh, there we go.
Okay. And you put in negative 0.900, right?
Yep.
And did you get the same thing, Jenny?
I am not getting anywhere close to what you guys
Yeah.
got. Okay, so let me walk through this real quick and say it out loud so you guys can.
Okay.
Okay, so the top part, you take 144 minus 150, right?
Right.
The
Yeah.
numerator, so you get negative 6. And then for the bottom denominator, you do 40 divided by the square root of 48.
I did the square root of 36.
Okay, wait. Oh, 36. Where did I get 48?
Well, I'm not sure.
I have no idea where I got that number. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
All right.
So let me do this again.
It happens.
It does happen.
So that's the 6 point. Did you guys get that? 6.66. What 7?
Yes.
Yes.
Then a negative 6. A negative 0.
Oh.
How would you write that out?
I rounded the whole thing up to 9.
9.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like negative 0.9. Wait.
Negative 0.
Yes.
Yeah.
0.900.
0. Make sure you do that.
Okay. What is the p-value associated with the z-score from the previous question? So then we go into the applet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mine.
And just below it.
Yes.
Yeah, you did to the left. Did you get 0.184?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't open my applet right now, so sorry, I can't help on that.
Oh, you're fine.
Well, that's fine. So we got 0.18.
Oh, go ahead.
I just said we got 0.184.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's just because Jenny, in the problem, asked that she suspects the average has decreased, so that's why you would just do it on the applet to the left, just for. Sure.
Yep, that makes sense.
Okay. So what inference would you make about the null hypothesis for this problem?
Here we go.
So it's greater than the level of significance, so we fail to reject it, correct?
Okay.
Meaning we accept it. Is that how you guys read it in your head? Like,
Yeah.
we fail to
That's
reject.
what would make sense. Yeah, just don't ever write it out like that.
Right.
'cause,
Yeah. But I just want to make sure I got, because I'm
yeah.
using this.
It's I don't know why they have to word it like that.
So whenever the p-value is higher, then that means that the null is right. Is that correct?
Yeah, that we don't reject it. I think that's what I understand.
That's how I understand it.
Okay.
Yeah, if the p-value is less than it, we reject it, and if it's greater, we don't.
Okay. There are two types of errors that can be made when performing a hypothesis test. Which one involves rejecting the null hypothesis when the null hypothesis is true?
That type 1.
I think so, but I want to double check.
Yeah, when we reject a
Yeah.
true or null
You reject
hypothesis.
it when it's true as type 1.
Okay. Yet another rule we have to remember.
Yep.
Okay, a researcher decided that instead of using a level of significance of alpha equals 0.05, he will use alpha equals 0.01. Which of the following will be true? The probability of a type 1 error will increase. The probability of type 2 error will increase. The probability that the null hypothesis is true will decrease. Or his experiment will be more scientifically valid. It's one of the errors will decrease or increase, right?
Yeah. That's like the question on our homework.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's like a type 2.
The 2 is the reject, so the probability of a type 2 error will increase.
So
Yeah.
I guess I'm having a hard time understanding this then. So why do you know that? Because for some reason I was thinking it followed the question I was asking. So I was thinking it was maybe number 3, the probability that the null hypothesis is true will decrease. But you're saying it's one of the errors?
Yeah. Because whenever the level of probability changes, it'll influence one of those. Like, well, we fail to reject the null hypothesis if the p-value is higher than the level of significance. And so what happens is if we decrease the level of significance, it's a lot more likely that our p-value isn't going to be rejected, or that the null hypothesis won't be rejected. And so that means it's a lot more likely that we're going to fail to reject a null hypothesis that in reality is false. Does that make sense? Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It does make sense.
Are you
But
sure?
no, it does make sense. Like what you said, it makes sense. But I just
Just hard to.
It's hard
yeah.
to grasp it.
Yeah.
On the question on the group work, when it says the whole, if we wanted to decrease the probability of making a type 2 error. Oh, I guess so. It's talking about the type 2 error.
Yeah. Maybe what you could do is like that might help explain it is like draw kind of like a graph, because it talks about 3 examples in the text. Like if the test or the level of significance is 0.1, then it talks about a significance of 0.05 and then a significance of 0.01.
Uh-huh.
What number is that?
Like 0.1, 0.05, and 0.01, and then like between 0.1 and 0.05, it's a lot more likely there's going to be a type 1 error. So you could write that like maybe underneath between the two, and then in between 0.05 and 0.01, like it's more likely that it'll be a type 2 error.
That would help.
Yeah, I don't know if that'll help visualize it or remember, but
So you're saying if it's, so just say that one more time. So if it's between 0.1 and 0.05, you're more likely to make a type 1 error, right?
yeah, it should be. And I'll check that in 1 second to make sure I'm not teaching you false stuff.
Are you looking under like 4.5, the in the lesson?
Who, me?
Yeah, that's where we.
Yeah, that's under the type 1 errors information.
Let me pull it up and check. Okay, yeah, so it's under 4.5, like right underneath the graph that talks about truth, decision, fail to reject, reject.
I'm scrolling to it, sorry.
No, you're good.
We do not want to commit type 1 errors, so why not choose there's no value?
Okay, right underneath the scenario 3, where is it?
Okay, so you're gonna go to section 5 or 4.5,
Yep.
And there's the graph that we did in our homework that says like fail to reject
Right.
or reject. Okay, so right underneath that,
Mhm.
it explains kind of that concept. Like that 0.05 seems to be a good balance between type 1 and type 2. But if it's really low, it's a lot more likely that we're going to commit a type 2 error. And then if it's higher, then it's more likely we'll commit a type 1.
Okay. Thank you.
So
Uh-huh.
then is the answer the second one
Yeah.
about the probability of type 2 error will increase if we decrease it?
Yeah.
Right? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah.
Yep.
So Natalie, like to answer your question, like you were thinking maybe the probability that the null hypothesis is true will decrease. Do we just stick to the types then? Because you can kind of see that too, the one that you wanted. Or is that clear? The probability that the null hypothesis is true will decrease.
Well, the reason it would be wrong is because it's more likely that it would be like accepted.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if that makes sense. It's kind of worded.
So like in 21.
Okay, that makes sense. Actually, because it's saying in the homework, it says if we wanted to decrease the probability of making a type 2 error, we would need to increase the level of significance.
Uh-huh.
That means make it like at 0.05 or 0.1, right?
Yeah.
And so this is saying that the probability that the null hypothesis is true will decrease if we if we decrease.
Yeah, and one thing too is the null hypothesis like is set. So the probability that it's like true or not can't really increase or decrease.
Oh, there you go. I get that.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I just feel like I need to go through and like read this a million times.
I know, me too. That actually is what it is, what you just said, Britton.
Yeah, maybe.
I can't even, the null hypothesis being true, that's not going to change. You're right.
Maybe what we ought to do, like as a group, since we're allowed, well, I don't know if we'll be allowed on the next test to do the study guide, but maybe we should work on like a group study guide or something. And we can
We'll definitely be on it.
I don't know, decide on the key points and I don't know, start compiling that somewhere.
I'd
be willing to do that too.
I was thinking about that. I'm like, I really need to look at Britton's thing and see what else he put on his thing, because when I was taking the test, I'm like, I put a bunch of stuff on my paper, and I'm like, this isn't what I need right now.
Because I think we understand it. It's just the way it's written in the book is like a really roundabout way of saying it. So if we could find ways that we understand it better, it might. Yeah. So we can figure out how to do that sometime.
Yeah.
And the test, did you notice like it does reword it again? Like
yeah,
it just it's not this anyway. You obviously did great.
I had a hard time though with it, Jenny. Like it was like not all of them, but some of them I had to just sit and read and try to, okay, what is this asking me? And go through it again.
There were some tricky ones for sure.
So you guys picked number 2 for 20.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does everyone understand why? No?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Better than when we started it, so I'm still not like.
Okay.
Yeah. And process of elimination makes more sense now with what we have.
Yeah.
Okay. So the last one.
Okay, so if alpha equals 0.05, compute the probability of committing a type 1 error.
I don't know how to do that. I feel like this one's got to be in like the textbook.
So the type 1 error is when we reject a true null hypothesis.
Okay, wait, real quick question. The alpha, is that, oh wait, the p-value is equivalent to the z-score, right?
Right.
Yeah. Well, it's equivalent to the probability that we get from the z-score.
Oh, so is the z-score equivalent to the alpha? Or
No.
not? Oh,
It just helps us to find the p-value.
To give us that stamp.
Yeah, like the alpha is decided before you begin the
Yeah,
experiment. So
that's, but we're comparing, when we find a z-score, we're comparing it to the alpha, right?
no,
No? Okay.
that's the p-value. So we use the z-score to get the p-value, and then we compare that with the alpha.
You're almost there. You just, what you remember, you put in the z-score and then you shade it, and that number is what you're comparing to the alpha.
Oh, yeah.
The z-score. Okay.
So how in the world do we...
I don't know how to compute.
I don't know if it's like a 1 in 20, because it's a 1 in 20 chance the null hypothesis will be rejected. And a type 1 error is when we reject it and it's true. So I think it's, well, let's see. But that would be exactly the same as what's already written,
Yeah.
which could be a trick, I guess.
I know.
Yeah, I think it's got to be 1 in 20, like 0.050. But
So it says the most common value for alpha is 0.05, 1 over 20.
yes.
That,
So when
where
the null
does that-
hypothesis is true, there is a 1 in 20 chance that it will be rejected. And if a type 1 error means we're rejecting the null hypothesis when
Oh.
it's true.
Yeah, that makes sense. But where are you reading that? Because I was just reading off of my notes. I'm trying to find it in the text.
Oh, it's in 4.5. Type
Like-
1 and type 2 errors.
The third paragraph there?
The third paragraph. Well, I guess it's kind of a paragraph.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, that would be kind of a low down dirty trick if the answer is 0.050.
So you said the third pair, like the type
Yeah.
1
Yeah,
under
where it
that.
says we choose alpha to be some small number. So it's like almost
Oh,
right.
okay.
It's like
Okay.
5 lines down from the beginning of the section.
I found it. Thank you. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Yeah, I think it has to. That makes the most sense.
Yeah.
And then it says a type 1 error is committed when we reject a null. So yeah, that makes sense.
You put 1 in 20?
Well,
Which is 0.050.
Zero.
I mean, it's exactly what it says in the question, but I think they're trying to throw us off, possibly.
most likely.
Because it
There's
says
really nothing
when the
else
null
we could do.
hypothesis is true, there's a 1 in 20 chance that it will be rejected. And the question says, compute the probability of committing a type 1 error. So a type 1 error is you reject the null, right? Where it's type 1 error, you reject a true null, and it's saying the null is true, and you reject it. So, right? I think it has to be 0.050.
That would make the most sense to me.
I wouldn't know anything else that it would be besides
Yeah.
that. So it's
Because
kind
it
of
would either be that or 0.950, which would be kind of ridiculous too.
oh, gotcha. But it
So-
says though, I don't think so though, because it says when the null hypothesis is true, there's a 1 in 20 chance that it will be rejected.
Yeah, so it's gotta be
That's pretty big.
that, the 0.050.
That's
Yeah.
I'll just submit it, and I'll see what.
You guys got it. I submitted.
I just have to go back and make sure I filled in everything because sometimes I.
So it won't let you submit it though if you didn't.
Oh, really? That's good to know because I have submitted things in previous classes just when I first started school on accident and hadn't
Yeah,
finished.
I don't think it'll let you. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but
Yay!
yeah, you got everything right.
All right.
Sweet.
Man,
Good job, Brittany.
it's so good to talk it out. Oh my gosh.
It definitely helps a lot.
It
Yeah.
does help because then I remember, oh yeah, we talked about that. We went back and read it, and like that's just helpful.
Yeah. Like I used to not like group work, but now like I can see why it's good.
Yeah, for this class, it's super valuable. I
Yeah.
still think some classes it doesn't really do anything. But
Yeah.
I agree. That's
true.
funny. Sorry. Go ahead, Brittany.
Yeah, it's been great. Just
This is probably the first group work that I look forward to it. So I need the help. It's really helpful for me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, me.
yeah, that's good.
so
Yeah,
hey.
Does anyone else have any questions or anything, or are we good?
No, but you guys can thank me because I'm the one that prayed this group together.
Yay, Jenny.
I was in another group and then they changed it, which I'm
Wow,
happy
we're
about.
lucky. See, in my other class, when I took it before, Brittany, you were on your mission, so I was just waiting for you to come home.
Oh, and I'm not saying because of me. I'm just saying I was with some random group from Eastern time zone, and I had no idea how it was gonna work. And
yeah,
Oh, well,
yeah,
thank you guys so much.
yeah. Thanks for
you
being here,
guys.
Malik.
Yeah, thank you guys. So I have a question. If I haven't done my homework yet, so if I have any questions, I may email you guys and be like, I have a question.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
So okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Natalie, happy birthday.
yeah,
Birthday. Have fun.
enjoyed it.
Thanks. Okay, you guys have a good day too.
Okay,
We'll
see you guys on Tuesday.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.
Bye.